Hello and welcome to DeFive, where we cover decentralized finance concepts in 5 minutes or less. I'm your host, DeFi Dawson, and today we're talking about centralized exchanges. Now, centralized as opposed to decentralized exchanges. Two different types. We'll cover decentralized exchanges in a later episode. What you need to know about a centralized exchange is that these are probably the ones you've heard about. This is Coinbase, Binance, Kraken. There's thousands of different centralized exchanges. And the reason they're called centralized is because you're trusting one company. You're trusting one corporation to act fairly. And there's different regulation depending upon what country the centralized exchange is located within. And so, as an American citizen, trusting an American centralized exchange, it provides less anonymity, but more security. Now, let me explain that. There's two primary laws that they're going to be complying by if you're a US-based exchange or if you're serving US customers. There's KYC and AML. That's Know Your Customer and anti-money laundering schemes. So, a centralized exchange who's operating legally to US customers will be doing both of these things, and that means they'll take a picture of your passport or a picture of your driver's license. They'll identify it together with you in a picture or a video. In rare instances, sometimes they even do a video interview with you to identify and validate that you are who you say you are. And clearly that is a far stretch from the anonymous crypto world that we've all heard about, the way that folks have used Bitcoin and several other cryptocurrencies for illicit purchases over history, things like Silk Road. That was not during the KYC AML era where crypto was regulated much. So now that it's regulated a lot, there's several options for where you can purchase this. And I want to go over the top 3 exchanges, the top 3 centralized exchanges. They are, in this order, Binance, Coinbase Pro, and Kraken. So Binance is a really unique situation because Binance actually has a United States Binance.us domain. It's for US customers. And they have an international, basically everywhere but the United States platform. So the reason they do that is because the United States has these strict jurisdictions and these regulations. So they can offer more. And there's actually a much more vibrant offering of token swaps on the non-US version. And let me explain what I mean by token swaps. Well, a centralized exchange is useful because you can use it as a fiat on-ramp. You can take from your bank account and purchase crypto. You can also swap between different tokens. That would be, Bitcoin to ETH, ETH to EOS, EOS to Litecoin, any of these currency pairs. And the main advantage of using the centralized exchanges here is that you are putting trust in one entity, and that's the very same thing as the downside. So one of the most historical moments in crypto history was a centralized exchange called Mt. Gox. And in 2013, during a crypto boom, or actually it was a Bitcoin boom, back then the Ether didn't even exist, EOS didn't exist, and a lot of other smart contracts, there were no other smart contract platforms really. Mt. Gox was hacked. So the price of cryptocurrency in 2014 went from over 1,000 to crashing to a few hundred. And this was one of the first instances that we see of the trust put into a centralized exchange is not always the best place to put your trust. So I'm going to go over decentralized exchanges in a later episode. But what you need to know about decentralized exchanges is that you're actually trusting no one. You're trusting the network that you're trading within, which would be, the Ethereum platform or the EOS platform, if you're trading on either of those in a decentralized way. So that's the big thing you need to worry about and think about when you're going to get involved in crypto on a centralized exchange. Do you trust this entity? Are they worth trusting? Have they released audits? And are they complying by US regulation? And in my opinion, and where I choose to purchase from, is either Coinbase or Binance.us. Both of those comply by US regulations. Thank you for the time today. Hit subscribe and you can hear about the very next video, and enter in the comments what you'd like to see next. I would love to make a video about the things that you're most interested in. Thank you for your time.